Hi kids, this is Mama Murder. Welcome to my channel. I decided to move my rants from Ready Maybe Rants over to this and you'd start using my gamer tag instead. So people from Mixer or, oh goodness, any of the streaming channels all have the same name. Anyways, I wanted to sit there and post this video, and if you can't tell, I'm kind of making fun of a couple of people. Off the top. But I started watching, I watched the documentary Behind the Curve. So yes, this is about flat earth. And it was pretty hilarious to me because within the first 5 minutes of Behind the Curve, you sit there and see how stupid Mark Sargent truly is. He sits there and he's on, I guess, the edge of Puget Sound looking across to Seattle, and it is within sight distance. You can sit there and see just the top of the Space Needle. You can't see the coast of Seattle. You can see the buildings that are huge on top of on the skyline. You can see the tops of the buildings, but you can't actually see the whole of Seattle. And he sits there and thinks that it is the only reason why he can see that is because we live on a flat earth. Yes, I have notes. Then him sitting there and saying that he ran out of all of these conspiracy theories of debunking them and all of that. Everybody knows his little story. And he sits there and says that he wakes his wife up in the middle of the night and sits there and says, honey, the earth is flat. I can't find any evidence of it being a globe. My neighbor is getting in his car. And by the way, yes, I'm shooting this in my car. Kind of a homage to Nathan Thompson, who apparently he lives in his car. But anyways, back to Mark Sargent and him saying that he woke his wife up in the middle of the night and sits there and says that the earth is flat. I'm sorry, but if I was his wife, I would divorce his ass too. And I would sit there and say we have irreconcilable differences in the fact that he's a crazy motherfucker. But that's just me. So then I started looking online and I saw Simon Dan and I saw Team Skeptic. Simon Dan, just so you know, our family, actually in our household, we have flags for the England flag. We have the Luton flag. We also have a lot of Manchester United stuff. Just so you know, if you want to take that up with anybody, go after King Murder 73. He's my boyfriend. That's part of our heritage there. And then I sat there and I found Team Skeptic, and ever since I started watching his videos, you're a fucking idiot. Ding is literally a thing in our house. But the more I sat there and I watched these videos, the more I sat there and saw Godless Engineer or Fight the Flat Earth or even Kyle from the Non Sequitur Show and Steve and some of the other people that go up against these flat earth people. You guys are brilliant and you guys are very intelligent, I can tell. And you guys actually know the equations to what you're seeing around you. And I watch, I love watching documentaries and sitting there and learning something new every single day. It's part of my being. I need to sit there and learn something new every day. And this is actually making me research real science to sit there and do that. So, but the biggest thing I noticed with all of these people that I've been watching is that they're really, really intelligent, but they don't know how to talk stupid. I love you guys, but you need to dumb it down just a fucking hair, because all of these people are like redneck banjo playing deliverance kids sitting there and, making up random shit to sit there and just keep themselves entertained. It's a hobby. For most of these people, it's a hobby for me. And I know it's a hobby for a lot of people. It is something that keeps us entertained. It sits there and challenges, at least for the globe earthers that are actually doing science and doing math. It is testing our minds and sitting there and making us look at things in a whole new way. And also we were having a conversation that where there needs to be more women on our side. And there is. And I will sit there and say that I will gladly sit there and be the girl on your guys' side, sitting there and fighting against these people. Because I can break it down to stupid level. Like this. I bought this since I can't remember who the hell it was that sat there and decided to put not the earth is flat or some stupid shit in the middle of Walmart on the globes. I got this with another one, 2 for 1 off of Amazon. So this says that this earth right here is a scale of 1 to 46.5 million. So there is 46.5 million of these globes to make the actual world. So I'm sitting there and wondering, when you guys sit there and bring up perspective, do you not take into account how fucking gigantic the world is? And on top of that, how fucking gigantic our solar system is, and how absolutely fucking gigantic the universe is. We are not sitting there and talking grandma down the street big. I'm talking about thousands and thousands and things that we can't even actually quantify in our brains. Okay, so just a small smattering. If you sit there and you look at just perspective and just trying to figure out how many a million people are, in most football stadiums, there is about 50,000 to 75,000 people that can be maxed out in those places, which means if they're half full, they only have 20,000 people in it. The arena that I normally go to for concerts and whatnot holds about 15,000 people. And when they turn on the lights at night and you see everyone there, it is astounding how many people are all just gathered together. So those numbers that you can't sit there and actually understand those numbers. I know that 46.5 million is a big fucking number. Can I actually completely understand how big that fucking is? Not really, but you sit there and you see the satellites out in space, which yes, they are actual satellites out in space. Yes, we do live on a rock. It does have a lot of math that you can sit there and do to figure everything out. It's basic math on most of these things. 46 million of these fucking plastic blow up globes to make one of ours. This is like teeny tiny. It's 16 inches. So, 16-inch diameter. So, just spinning it around like that is going insanely fast. And just thinking of 1,000 miles an hour is literally just saying that this globe is rotating 15 degrees per hour very slowly, very slowly. I sat there and I watched Dead Canadian Space earlier today on one of his videos that he just put out, and I timed how many times that the globe went around in the backdrop of his video. And it goes around 3 times. So that is literally 1,000 times or 100 times faster than what the actual globe is rotating. 100 times faster. And it is going minusculely small. It's barely detectable. You actually have to pay attention to the globe and not pay attention to Dead Canadian Space to actually catch it. Actually rotating very slowly. So, yes, I watched the video and I actually paid attention, just to let you know. But I'm sitting there and thinking that what we really need to do is do a 3D version or a 3D experiment, which I'm trying to work out how to do in my house, which is very difficult. With a globe this big, I literally need to have a sun that's the size of my fucking living room. And that is how big the sun would have to be. And the light coming off of it would be insane. And just a globe this big, I would need to have a light that's the size of my living room with the space of about a half mile long. The numbers just to sit there and get it to scale are insane. And all you literally have to do is take what this ball is, 46.5 million times smaller than the earth, and figure out how big you would be. I sat there and figured that shit out. I also figured out how big a plane would be on something like this. And it's only the size of one of these dots. You see these dots? It's actually one of those dots is a city size. Like that's scale. That's perspective. Perspective is literally you looking at something and a person next to you looking at the same thing at a different angle. Yes, there's numbers that go with it and they do matter. I don't know. I can sit there and ramble on all day But I've got an actual experiment. I'm trying to sit there and figure out how I can draw it as best as possible with this globe kind of in my living room. And I might have to sit there and scale it down even smaller to get it done right. So anyways, thank you for watching. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you like hearing me rant about random shit and don't mind the cussing, give me a subscribe. But I'm not really here for subscribers. I've got an actual job. I'm about to go inside and then go to the gym with my boyfriend. So I was doing this in the car, kind of a to Nathan Thompson. I actually have a place to live. Okay, so I'm signing off. Thanks for watching. Bye.